Hi, and welcome to Q&A with Spirit. I'm Shelli. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of what I would consider pretty miraculous healings that took place in my life. The first one I'm going to share happened a few years ago here in Mexico. A friend and I decided to go and get a live blood analysis done. If you don't know what that is, it's where they take a little pinprick of your finger and they collect a drop of your blood. They put it on a little slide, put it under a microscope, and then they blow the image up onto a big screen where the doctor can then see what your blood, your plasma looks like. They can see, what do your cells look like, your blood cells. They can see if there's anything in your blood that shouldn't be there, like toxins and what have you. So we get to the appointment and we both go into the room together with the doctor, and we had a translator as well. And I went first. He put my blood up on the screen, and all of my blood cells, they were all like clumped together in little, clumps. And that's not what the blood is supposed to look like. I'm going to show you an image of what it looked like over here. So he goes through everything and basically says that, that's not what your blood's supposed to look like. And it's an indication of potential issues, health issues. After he finishes explaining with the image of my blood, he sits me down and discusses the 60-day protocol that he recommends. And then we complete my session. So I move off to the side so that my friend can then talk to the doctor. And at this point, I decide that I'm just going to close my eyes and send some love to my sweet puppy, Gracie, who unfortunately I had to put down a couple days prior to this appointment. About 3 or 4 minutes into me closing my eyes and getting into this meditative state, I hear the doctor talking to me. And I open my eyes and the translator tells me, look at the screen, because my blood sample was still under the microscope blown up on the screen. So I look up at the screen, and I'm not joking, my blood cells had separated. They were now floating in my plasma as individual cells, which is what they're meant to look like. And I'll show you a picture of that right here. So the doctor is like almost freaking out. He's like, that's what your blood should look like and what I would expect your blood to look like after the 60-day protocol. So we were all pretty astounded, you can imagine. But basically what happened was I got into a state of heart-brain coherence. And that is an extremely powerful state that can literally change your biology and create miracles in your life. And it's a very, very simple technique. I'm going to explain it to you right now. And I highly suggest that you practice this every day, twice a day if you can, morning and night. It doesn't take long, but the longer that you do it, the faster you're going to see the results. So all you have to do is get comfortable. You can do it sitting or lying down. Close your eyes, and you're going to start to slow down and deepen your breaths. And you're going to focus your attention right on your heart center in the middle of your chest. And as you're taking these slow, deep breaths, focusing your attention on your heart center, you're then simply going to evoke some high vibrational emotions such as love, joy, gratitude. I will usually just think of a being, usually it's my dog or even source or my higher self or my spirit team that I love so much. And I send them love. And then I also will feel gratitude for them. And that's really all you have to do. You just want to really, really feel those emotions, the love, the gratitude, the joy, whatever you choose. Really, really feel it. And just do that for a couple minutes longer if you can. And that's it. And you will see results in your life if you continue to do this practice. And if you do, please come back and let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, so the second miraculous healing I'm going to share with you took place during a intentional mushroom journey that I did with psilocybin mushrooms. At the time, I had had a skin fungus called Tinea versicolor. I first started to experience it when I was 23. It would show up as kind of white, blotchy spots on my chest and my arms and my back. And it would move around sometimes, but no matter what I tried, I could not get rid of it. The doctors told me to, use some topical creams. They told me Selsun Blue. I tried another antifungal cream and nothing worked. Then I learned about Candida overgrowth back in 2015 and realized that this was connected to the skin fungus. So I went on a very restrictive Candida diet where you have to cut out all sugar, including fruit, yeast, and mushrooms. And the skin fungus went away. But the problem was I couldn't remain on that restrictive diet for the rest of my life. I didn't want to. So as soon as I started eating fruit again, the skin fungus just came back. So years passed, a few years passed, and then I started to work intentionally with mushrooms. And I went into this one particular mushroom journey with the intention to clear, release, and heal any limiting fears, beliefs, or perspectives that I was still carrying that no longer served my highest good. During that journey, I experienced a whole bunch of emotions that I had repressed coming to the surface and being released. It was like I was seeing these kind of scenarios from my past that caused these emotions that I had repressed. But during this journey, I was able to release them all. It was a very, very powerful mushroom journey. It felt like 10 years of therapy in, 6 hours. 2 days later, I woke up, I went into the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and the skin fungus was gone completely. So you can imagine I was extremely thrilled and excited. It wasn't something that I expected to happen at all, but I know without a doubt that it wasn't the mushrooms that cured the skin fungus and the corresponding Candida overgrowth that I had. It was the fact that I released all of those suppressed emotions. Suppressed emotions are very often the root cause of dis-ease in our body. So I want you to really think about that. Think about if you are holding any repressed emotions. If you are experiencing dis-ease in your body, there's a very good chance that you are. So I invite you to stop repressing your emotions. If that's something that you do, you got to allow yourself to feel it all so it can move through your body and out. If you've been repressing your emotions for your whole entire life, then you may need to navigate that and figure out the best way for you to release those emotions. For me, it was through working with magic mushrooms. And if this is something that you feel called to, then I recommend you find an experienced guide to guide you through the journey. If you do feel like working with me, I do offer this service. I guide individuals and small groups through mushroom journeys. So if you're interested in working with me here in Mexico, I live in the Lake Chapala area, which is about an hour south of Guadalajara. It's a beautiful area right beside the largest lake in Mexico. If you'd like to explore this possibility, the link to my website is in the description below, and just head on over there and check it out and send me an email if you're interested. And that's all for today. I hope you have a beautiful day. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.